What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular view, I'll be doing the Haves and Have Nots. Season 3, episode, I think is the prep conference. I will when I get a chance to later on. Sorry about that, y'all. To put in the correct number of the episode. But anyway, shout out to my YouTube fam, my supporters. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, button below, and like and share this video. And let's go. Now, here we have part, we right at the part where we got Hannah just sitting there and just in distraught and all this blood is on her. She's going to Rod's room and banging on the door. And she's trying to say something like, your sister Amanda or something like that. Why is like, what the hell's wrong with you? Because he still got that anger from earlier, okay? And did y'all notice last episode how Selena, when he said, come here, whore, when he was, yelling at, Catherine's mom, she actually came in there and responded? Okay, anyways, so he goes in the room, and which we knew 99.9% that was Amanda. But I was still saying could be a twist because it didn't show her face in the last episode. They kind of somewhat showed this episode kind of like this, that it was actually her. So they're just like, oh my God. Hannah goes downstairs and Celine's on the phone talking to somebody. I don't know if she was son or whoever, but she's like, I know what I'm doing or something like that, whatever, right? She on the phone and she didn't look at Hannah at first. Hannah's like, get off the phone, I need to call such, you got to get off the phone. And then she turns around and, some little compassion somewhere in Selena, somewhere here, she was kind of shocked and she was like, Hannah, did you cut yourself? What's wrong? I'll call you back. And she's like, she was taking too long, even though she was telling the person to call back, and she was kind of there. She was just shocked, and she just trying to explain to her, Selena's just hearing her on the phone call 911. There's a 21-year-old. She's badly hurt and stuff like that. And Selena goes upstairs, and that's when she sees, Amanda's body, and they're just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And why it's in the corner, literally sitting in the corner. And he just so distraught because the first thing he said when he seen Amanda, when Hannah told him, he's just like, why to her, but Wyatt knew that Amanda had problems, just like those, even though Jim tried to cover it up to a certain point, that was that. So we're dealing with that right there. But real quick, as much as I can possible, because it's either between Jim's bus ride to the campaign office and the press conference, and then kind of inside where they're having press conference, the campaign office, David's and Jim Christ, campaign office, headquarters. Oops, sorry about that. And then back to 2 seconds. Yeah. So let's get into Candace/Jim real quick, right? Now, she's still looking for the wire and the money. She's looking at the laptop, Wi-Fi, to see if the money has been transferred yet. And he just got through putting his clothes on, that she got for him. And he even complained about, dang, you didn't really take no time to buy me no clothes. And she's like, I'm on a budget and I'm still waiting for this money. And when she's looking to make sure the money's there, they're having talking, they vow that, you're not going to leave me alone. Jim Crow, are you going to leave me alone? You sure you're going to leave me alone? Are you sure you're going to leave me alone? Okay, then she checked and she sensed that he was going to take this pipe or something in hand, and she just let him know, like, you might as well just put that back down. So unless you're going to kill me, you might as well put that back. Okay? And so he puts it back. And after that, she gets the transfer. But you notice she didn't tell her left hand what her right hand was doing right. Because, once she got warded and was fucking with Jim before he left. I'm sorry, I do use profanity in my videos. And she, like I said, gave him a bus pass, right? And he's looking like Scooby-Doo, what is this? Woo, this is, she like you rich people, it's a bus pass. And he like doing almost a church finger, asking a couple questions when Rourke gets down there. And he's just like, okay, well, how would I know where to go? You stop at a bus stop, Jim. You wait for the bus. Well, how would I know where to go? You take the bus. Okay, go on. And, she's messing like, do you want to take some more pictures? Do you want to stay? Are you sure you want to stay? Jim was like, you know, and he just was concerned about not going on the bus. But she reminded him, remember you tried to give me that bus pass on Greyhound? Yeah. Well, look what's happening now. So she wanted, in a way, and make sure he felt majority, all or more, the torture that she went through when he had her kidnapped in the dungeon, you know, last season. Okay. So, and then get paid for it on top of that. So when she said she got the money war, you notice that she made sure she told him, oh, I got 400,000 G's, whatever. And she's like, I got, 100 G's for you. Because, she, like I said, she didn't let the left hand know what the right hand was doing. Okay, on that one. Like, yeah, I'm going to hook you up, but, this such millions will be to me. Okay. Because it would be the real reality. Do you think in war it was the other way around and war used the candy system to get like Jim for whatever reason? Do you think he'd be trying to hook up with him? I'm just saying. Or at least or whatever. So she goes ahead and later on, gets this room suite. I think she tells Big, at least he does a GPS system. And she's got all these new clothes, and she talking about we rich, because he's looking around and seeing stuff like a dress is 21,000, blah blah blah, and he thinks some kind of ski. But she let Benny know that we rich. We found some oil in the back of the. I'm just playing. I was just thinking about Beverly Hillbillies, theme song. But yeah, we'll get back to that in a second. So we have Jim, and I swear it was like the longest walk ever. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I felt like when he was walking, we hear in the hood, the song kind of reminded me a little bit of "Don't Be a Menace to Society While Drinking the Hood," because everybody just look at him like, who the hell is this random white dude with a suit just walking around here type of look, And when he goes to the bus stop, y'all, it's this one dude just grimming him once he looked at him, where the dude did not blink. Even Jim tries to make the situation better by trying to say hi to the dude or whatever, and he does not say that. I seriously thought like he was either going to threaten him, brother Freddy, but he just grimmed him the whole time until the bus came. And then you just seeing Jim on the bus on the way, but still, we don't know how far he is from the campaign office compared to real time, what's going on, right? So when he on the bus in the hood with the hood, I mean, I'm just saying. So when Jim is on his ride, and y'all, if y'all notice, I'm surprised he knew how to even give the bus, the bus, anything, but yeah, and because I'm surprised nobody on the bus bothered him, but we don't know. But yeah, so let's go to campaign headquarters when we had, just all this drama happening, and so we have Landon talking to the Harringtons, and he has actually some stuff up his sleeve, really to like get Veronica himself somehow. And so when Maggie's talking, I think looking for Jim Cryer, that lady that got like 12 million viewers and is very popular and stuff. And it's looking like, where's Jim? In a minute, my behind is gonna go in here, and I'm gonna let everybody know that basically he don't show up. He shouldn't get anybody some support. Maggie trying to sit here and say, we got the Harringtons. I don't want the Harringtons. I want Jim Cryer. That's what she on. So she's trying to figure out, people keep trying to call him. Catherine finally makes it down there, but she's not even surprised Jim ain't here, because she knows that Jim has been doing this for years. Like, we get married for the main, we have lovers marriage, blah, 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 all this other stuff. She's still just happy as hell about, he getting his ass beat at the end of last season. So she thinking that Jim had took off and he'll be all right, which we do see that he comes back, but she don't know what the hell he went through last night. So we have like when Matt comes in and talks to Veronica about they're going to, I guess, have these these small press conferences or whatever, and because we see this is all Maggie was the whole episode. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's pretty much what she felt like saying, considering her job and her reputation was on the line, and the campaign could just go downhill based on this. And so when they're talking, it's something about being available or something like that. That's when Veronica makes this comment to Catherine right, Catherine's in the room about Maggie's always known to be comfortable naked or her pants way down. I think it's Catherine asked her like, how you doing or something like that. I could be forgetting. But, of course Veronica is going to take stabs. Like, she's comfortable with, being half naked or can't, basically, just loose cooch anywhere. That's pretty much what she really wanted to say. And, even David's like, well, dang, Veronica. But, Veronica, not to say, yeah, she has a soul, but, she is completely the term cold-blooded, okay? So, anyways, Landon is talking to them about, preparing. First, he talks to this woman, the one that's supposed to be asking press conference. I don't know if she's anchor lady or whatever, or, but publicist. But, she's for gay rights and stuff like that, And, she was kind of confused, like, why you have me out there knowing that I can't, ask certain questions or nothing like that. And Landon's like, you'll be able to ask the questions you want to ask. And he let him know, like, hint, hint, knocking off people she can ask out of, the 4 people. No, not 4 people. First he was saying, like, well, both David and Jim Carrey got wives. And the lady was like, well, Catherine has done a lot of stuff for, has donated a lot of charities for gay rights, stuff like that. So he ain't worried. But, yeah. Because, Maggie already let Landon know that, don't try to avoid, I think, the high pressure issues or make sure that certain people ask her, try to avoid it, so she's just like, oh my god, okay, panic mode, which is understandable. And already she on panic mode that she also has to be in the same room. The woman just beat her behind the night before previously and has to, still pertain not being scared and doing her job. And her client is somewhere over there, over on the other side. And nobody knows. Except Candace and War and a couple other folks. Okay. So, when Landon talks to this lady, he lets know, like, basically directly, that you can go ask David's, wife some questions and ask some questions, just to basically set her up, was his intent. So, you got Jeffrey coming in there with his Melissa. And, Veronica said, but Veronica, when he was telling them, like, basically Veronica's uncomfortable, do this with your ear, and David, do this with your shoe. She's already has called him, like, everything on the land and everything, like, of course you'll know something about the Queen signals and some other comment. And then when he was telling her some other information, she's just like, oh, my hand, do you want me to take you, on the stage? My wrist is stronger than yours. And you're a smart you're kind of smart to be a young homosexual. So common. I'm just like, right, oh, gosh. Oh. And so when they go on the stage later on, y'all, first they ask questions about, why she be the governor and, why should Jim be the governor and this is this and, those type of questions. And so interesting enough, we have it where the woman is asking questions pertaining, I want to ask Veronica, your wife, questions. First, David, we already know how Veronica feels, right? Because she's already like the gay rights and all this other stuff. We already know how she feels. And so David is trying to answer for her, and the lady let him know, like, well, she can't, that's like saying she can't speak for herself if you're talking on her behalf, like, she right there, bro. You got something to hide, and that's pretty much indirectly what the woman really wanted to say. Yeah, because Veronica's a whole nother level. So she's asking questions like, how do you feel about gay rights and all this other stuff? And, Veronica in a way is like, everybody's for everybody to choose to be, but it wasn't like, are you against or for, I think, gay marriage? Just questions such as those lines. And, to be smart, whatever she's going to say, like, first, she slipped and said, that Veronica was coming out. The Veronica we know, okay? Was letting her know, like, flat out, well, sir, or some comment, said some comment like that. And she like, I'm a lady. Like, they were like looking her down like she was short, and it was like, don't let the sort of shit fool your ass. Like, damn well, lady, damn inconsiderate ass bitch. I mean, that's pretty much probably what she wanted to say. And so she continued, let her know, like, when she still was asking, well, how do you feel about this? You trying to duck and dodge the question, okay? You trying to pass the ball over here. You trying to pass the ball, duck and double dribbling the ball, instead of talking about the real issue. And when this is Veronica, but this is how bad Veronica is to a point where she can get herself out of every situation. But I'm kind of wondering, you know, eventually even the greatest falls sometimes. So I'm kind of wondering, even her being the the villain on here, how long that's gonna be. And she was like, "Well, you people." What do you mean by you people? Because she said like you people who just sit here with y'all certain stuff, and like I said, the woman was like this, like what do you mean, you people? And Veronica's like, you people, meaning that, you know, if you have a negative outlook, we all should be together, united, doesn't matter what race, creed, gender, everybody, we all just in the world with happy lands and Care Bear stairs or whatever. But it just, she was able to pull it off to make it seem like she wasn't coming at the lady, or she did not have a problem with her because she was gay. She had a, you know, problem with her trying to basically drill her, and not, you know, she's for unity and happiness for everybody. And that kind of won people over, like, oh, wow. And then she gave Landon look like, if I had a knife, I would just stab you right in your Adam's apple. That's the look that she gave Landon, okay? So when he got off the stage, she let it be known, like, I know you were trying to set me up and all this stuff, but even though, you know, I still get up, I still win. And then she's telling about, you know, you're fired over Veronica, like, you doing that word pretty much. And then he's like, I don't work for you. And then David was like, well, you're fired. Because David, you know, even though he is on bad terms with him, that still was kind of foul about what Landon did as far as trying to set Veronica up. He, you know, let it all fall down on his own, okay? And then, you know, but we all know Landon sometimes is a little bit pushy, you know. And he see Jeffrey, I mean, Landon and David take off, and he's like, you know, I didn't care about working y'all anyway. He literally goes up to Jeffrey and just kisses him right in his mouth, and, you know, Melissa looking confused, but I don't know what negotiation that she had between her and, Veronica. We will know till the next episode, because she seems to be not knowing that Jeffrey's gay, even though she knows that the mom said just keep seducing him and keep telling him to do it over and over again and become natural. Unless the mom just said he's a virgin and maybe trying to save for marriage or something. I don't know yet. But he kisses him, and you know, Jeffrey's kind of like, but first he don't push him completely off. He just like, don't do this in front of her, you know, I'm pretending. But he was like, you know, you like it, like, you know, you like it. And Melissa just sitting here like, what? And so they leave her. He let him know, like, or let her know, like, you know, Jeffrey's gay. Your man is gay. And by the way, earlier when he was introducing the family and Jeffrey, Marissa, and Melissa were on stage, including with David and Veronica, he was saying like this, and Jeffrey, their son, and his girlfriend. You know, he later probably want to say the darn beard, you know, or call her a beard, or Jeffrey's beard, because that's pretty much, unfortunately, that's the situation we got here. And I remember before they went on stage, Catherine and I think Veronica were talking about, like, with Jim, and, you know, like, you ain't got no worries about where Jim is at. And then Catherine was like, so basically after the awkwardness of, all, you know, trying to get Jeffrey to basically come out the closet or accept who he is, and like I said, the awkwardness of Melissa and every darn thing, we're still like, where's Jim? Could have been the second title of this episode, because it was kind of, where is Jim? And like I said, we're still back in, I think, you know, Veronica and Maggie's still like, what the, where's Jim? Oh my gosh, this one about to go in there. The woman already warned her, like, I came from New York, and, you know, like I said, still was warning, and she's perceivingly starting to go in the air. Jim's still not there yet. Catherine calls again, and I think Catherine, I think somebody, either Wyatt, you know, calls from the phone, and I think David gives it to Catherine or something like that, because David is in the room with, I think Veronica's in there and Catherine, and I think Megan's there. Then we're seeing the woman starting to show, hello, this is such and such and such. And I was supposed to do an interview with Jim Cryer, but he seems not to be here. And at this time, Catherine, because, you know, when David get the phone to her, we don't, and it's Jim's phone number, even though Catherine said, like, well, I can't call him because, you know, he left his phone at the house. Wyatt is trying to tell his mom, which he probably was down to drink, just to try to desensitize everything he just seen, and just is so horrified and more traumatized by seeing his sister dead, okay? Which adds on already to him still coping with being at fault and somewhat feeling guilty about the cover-up of killing this little girl, when we, you know, have seen in the past, you know, last 2 seasons dealing with that. And so now, and, you know, I think, you know, with the Benny thing, but especially with the little girl being killed and how it was covered up. And so, anyways, y'all, he's trying to tell his mom, like, Mom, we need help or something. And Cat was just thinking, like, it's a cruel joke. And he's just being more of an a-hole. And especially just doing part two, what he did to her before she left. And was basically let him, you know, in a way being mad at his mom. Even though he was also mad at Selena, like, breaking up her parents' marriage or whatever. And what, you know, or just adding on to, like, that's disrespectful and you work for this family. So, but Catherine just like, it's all for we did for you and all this stuff. I got time for this. Are you on that? Are you drinking again? Did you find some more, you know, did you find some more liquor in the cabinet? Okay, the hidden bait. She just was just really frustrated. So all of a sudden, all these calls start coming in. And Maggie goes out there in the room when he got the phones on the side, whatever. And Landis, you know, she's trying to tell Landon, you know, can you please get the call or something like that or help out? And he's like this, I just been fired. But she's like, no, just please just do this for me or whatever. He gets the call, and at the same time, the woman is sitting here starting to bash. Jim Cryer has not been here, and then you got the woman, I guess the producer, assistant or something coming here. And all of a sudden, we see that the woman just has a look on her face like, oh, well, look like I want to change that statement. And then, Catherine finally gets the message to either do one of them, you know, and everything just happened at once. So the woman, at the same time Catherine drops the phone, I think once, you know, she gets the phone, Hannah is able to get in contact with her on her cell. And she tells her what's going on, and Catherine just drops the phone just like this. And is almost, she's tuning out and passing out with her eyes open, just like this. And then at the same time, the lady that was going to interview Mr. Cryer, and this stuff might have also saved him. So whatever his reason was, even if he was actually having a good time with Candace, we're hearing something like that, you know, he could possibly get more sympathy from more voters because of this stuff happening to him. Because they were saying, you know, like his, you know, he couldn't be here because his daughter is, you know, the death is from suicide. And it kind of just ends on that note where, you know, Catherine, you know, like I said, just falling to the ground. And that is that when it, like I said, when Hannah was, you know, telling her what was going on. And then we see the next season where Catherine goes home and asks, like, you know, is it her and all this other stuff. And the story seemed to be based on the previews around about we're all sitting at, you know, the Cryerston mansion rather. And I mean, same thing, but I'm just saying, you know, they're in their mansion and everybody is like, how did this come to be about? And even Jim, once he finds a way to say it has something to do with Candace kidnapping him. It's the reason why his daughter is dead. I don't know, but yeah, we'll definitely see next episode how this goes. You have a pleasant night, pleasant weekend, and I definitely see y'all in the next video. I'll take care. How in the world can I not forget? Talking about y'all take care. If I get a chance to edit this, it was one little part in the middle, right before Benny got in contact with Candace, that he's doing a tow and you see one of his, then you know they did different, you know, got their own business as far as towing cars and trucks and with the tow trucks and everything. But he's telling about this one dude that had, you know, 12 tow trucks, a big building, had, you know, like a really booming business. But he recently got, you know, the feds got him, and it might have been doing some racketeering stuff like that. So all his stuff, including his property, down to the tow trucks and everything, are for sale. And him and this other dude, or I think 3 to 4 other dudes, including this one dude, Will, which Benny already feels a little iffy about him because the dude, I guess, you know, be in the streets hustling, making money. And the other dude that was talking to him was like, no, he's trying to get himself straightened out. And Benny's still kind of cautious, but they saying like it's going to be 500 G's, and they're going to put, you know, 100 and something, you know, per person. And he's like, you know, we can get a profit of 2 to 3 million, you know, or something like that. We can, you know, get whatever. And as long as nobody outbid us, we can make a lot of money. And Benny already knows he got money, but he's like telling the dude, I'll think about it. And then so we kind of wonder with the money, if Candace gives any money or able to transfer him, is he going to go into this business and see from there? But anyway, y'all, like I said again, have a pleasant weekend, pleasant night, morning, day, and I'll see y'all next one. I'm getting off here for real this time. All right.